Right, guys, I'm playing Fortnite on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. I'm using, how do you slide on this thing? How do I slide again? I don't know if people are using cars on this. You know what? I could actually save the day. Let me throw this down here. Right, so I'm using a DualShock 4 controller. Oh my god. Right, so I'm using the DualShock 4 controller, this thing here, and everything is wireless or Bluetooth, whatever you want to call this. It's not even connected with the cable to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. I am using a DualSense 4 controller, as you can see. Yeah. And let me see what's going on down here. This guy's just roaming around. Let me get some more weapons. Right, what happened to this person? Right, so what I'm saying is I'm using a DualSense controller. You do not need any mapping software. Look at that. You see those two people? They're on the same team, but the person was using a sword on the other guy. They were on the same team. Listen, they're on the same team, right? And instead of helping one another out, the person's attacking the other one with a sword. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Look, when we won. You see what I mean? The guy was standing there and he's like camping, but he's shooting, right? And then the other dudes came in and started disturbing him. And I was like, what kind of team is that? You're trying to get the enemy, and then the same person in your squad comes and starts disturbing you. And because of that person disturbing the other dude, we actually won. You understand? Because he was camping, he was in a good position, and he was actually camping, but he was in a great position that he could have just sniped more people. But because he was disturbed by one of these crazies, as I call them, with the sword thing, they think anytime is tea time for sword playing. This is a game we're supposed to be winning, and the person's coming to disturb the other. I'm happy we won. I'm just saying, if that person hadn't disturbed him with that sword play nonsense, we wouldn't have won. We would have lost. But because that person was foolish enough to do dumb stuff in the game, they potentially making them lose the entire match because of one person. Right, so I am using a DualSense controller. You can see it's connected. You can see the light there. And why is the sound not coming from here? It's because I'm using a Bluetooth speaker. And the Bluetooth speaker that I'm using is this one. So this is where all the sound is coming from. And this is called a Kingsforth PT 390. You can answer calls on this. You can forward media, multimedia. It's got a built-in what you call this thing? Sorry, it's got a built-in power bank. It's got a built-in power bank into this thing. It's not just a Bluetooth speaker, and it's also waterproof. It's crazy, right? Because not only can this thing answer your calls and control your media, you can control your calls from here. Like someone calls, you can just go tap and then you talk through the speaker to the person, not even on your phone. So it will announce calls here. It can actually tell you someone's calling you, and you just tap there and you're like, yeah, what's up? And you're talking to the person via the speaker with your phone still in your pocket. If it's raining, the person calls you, you can still talk to them and they can hear you clearly from the speaker. Your phone never leave your pocket. This is waterproof. There is a flap here. I just removed it. So that's the flap, you see? So the flap goes into there. It's a flap thing. It just covers that part. But this is waterproof. It's just a flap. You see? I can put it back in. And basically, what I'm saying is, besides that thing, this is fully waterproof. It's a waterproof speaker. It also has a power bank in this. So let's say you're out and about in wherever you've decided to go out to the wilderness, and then you've forgotten your charger, right? You forgot your charger, but you remember to pick the speaker up. You remember this Bluetooth. You want to play some music. But let's say you haven't used it yet. You're stuck somewhere. You got no charges for your phone, but you've got a cable. You want to charge up your phone. Just put it here. Your normal cable. Put that in here and connect it to your phone, and that's it. And it's a power bank. It will connect to your phone. But obviously, you don't want to drain the speaker. Just power up your phone. Once it's fully charged, put it back in your pocket, and anyone calls you, it will announce it here. You see what I mean? So it's got a lot of uses. It's a micro USB thingy here. It's got a USB port, and it's got an aux port. Like I said, if you're having issues with your Steam Deck and it's not connecting for whatever reason, you can use this. You can use this cable, and that's one cable go to Steam Deck. The other cable will come here. I'm saying if you got too many things connected on your Bluetooth to your Steam Deck, then you can use the aux cable. So how do you get this speaker? Well, you can find this speaker. It's called a PT-390, but this one is just called Kingsford. This is just the model of this, but the name of it. But the model of this is a PT-390. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this from AliExpress. It's very cheap. It's not expensive. It cost me, because where I bought mine was from a shop, yeah. So when I got mine, it was brand new. It was in a box and everything. Came with the cable for charging. But what I'm saying is, mine cost me $10. No, sorry, $8. Yeah. I'm saying 10. It's $8. But I have to say something. I think the people that sold me the Bluetooth speaker either have too many Bluetooth speakers in the store, or they didn't know that it was a power bank. Because from the way the guy was just talking about it, was like, oh, yeah, it's just $8. It comes in the case, blah, blah, blah. He was talking like arrogantly. He wasn't like wanting to talk to me for too long. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's just a Bluetooth speaker. And I didn't even mention to him, because when I opened the flap up, I noticed the USB port. And I was just thinking, why does it have USB if it's just a speaker? I mean, what additional things can this do? You understand? So basically, what I'm saying is, I do not think that this dude knew or realized that it was actually a power bank. And I think had he realized that this actually has a power bank on it, then maybe he would have sold it to me for a bit more money. I'm not saying I wish he had realized that mistake, but what I'm saying is that's the advantage I had in the store. I never open up my mouth about these things, because I was looking at it. I was like, this doesn't look like an ordinary speaker. There's something about this that's different. You know what I mean? But I didn't mention it to the dude. Like I said, he was quite arrogant. He was just like, it's $8. It comes in the box. Yeah, it's just a Bluetooth speaker. That's the way he was talking, So I'm like, oh, all right, cool, man. How much is this thing? It's $8. Oh, no problem. I mean, this thing was brand new. It came in the box. And I never actually checked it out as a power bank, until I started looking at it, because when I buy stuff, I don't start looking at it in front of the person, because he's gonna think, wait a minute, is this actually worth more money? I'm that kind of person that I'm very inquisitive, so I like to look at something, like really look at it, and I didn't want to do that in front of the dude. So, and like I said, he was being pretty arrogant about the speaker, and just the way he was talking, I didn't fancy talking to him for too long. What are these things? Are these like? So they don't actually do anything, do they? Look at that, nothing. They don't even break the walls. I just wanted to get this thing, right? So basically, what I'm saying. Wait, can I go up? Yeah, from that point. Right, so what I'm saying is, the guy was pretty arrogant. I didn't want to talk to him for too long. He just said it's a Bluetooth speaker. I believed him, because obviously he's selling the thing, and I just thought, okay, fine, no problem. I mean, I wasn't bothered whether it was a speaker or not, but I wanted Bluetooth speakers, so that's why I was buying. Basically, what I'm saying is, the guy was very arrogant when he was talking. Didn't want to talk to him for too long. And, at the end of the day, I just thought it's cheap. $8, it's even in the box. The guy was like, it's in the box. all of these things. And I was like, oh, cool. All for $8? I was like, yeah. I was like, all right, fine, no problem. When I say arrogant, just the way he was talking to me. He was thinking like, I've never bought a speaker in my life. So, I'm like as if I don't know what a speaker is. So you understand what I mean? So he's one of those characters where you meet and they think they know everything. So I wasn't going to burst his bubble by telling him then saying, "Hey mates, you know what? You actually made a mistake. This thing has a power bank in it. You should be selling for and check this out on Amazon. This actually costs $26. So you're selling it to me for a loss." And you have to remember one thing: the person I was talking to in the shop is the manager. So I do not want to be telling him anything about how much it's actually worth. You know. So I'm like, hey, this is a bargain, man. So at the time, I think the other reason why maybe he didn't think too much about it or think that it was worth much is because it's of the name, Kingsworth. How many times have you ever heard of that name? You know what I mean? So I think that's why the dude he wasn't bothered basically. He just thought it's a basic thing, you know. Who wants to buy this thing? Nobody. You know what I mean? If you've never heard of the name, but it's not the name, that's what I'm saying. If you go by the name itself and you check it out online, you're not gonna find. You may not even find the one that I've got. You might just find a different type, a different one. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the basic fact of what I do. That's why I said I'm very inquisitive. I Google searched the Kingsford thing, Bluetooth speaker. I couldn't find it. Like, I couldn't find the one that I've got. You understand? Because I'm looking for the one I have. And I was like, man, I can't find the one I've got. Oh, wait, that's dynamite. Let me see, what can I get rid of? This thing, what's this thing do? Oh my god. He's going to try and take that thing. Look, he fell down. Oh my god. No, I didn't want to lose this thing. It's dynamite, And this thing, damn, I'll just have to leave this behind. That thing is fire, You saw it. He was going to get it. And I was like, no, it's mine. So listen, at the end of the day, like I said, the dude's, if I had told him all those things and he's the manager, what do you think he was going to say? You think he's going to say, oh, okay, it's still $8, you can still get it? No. He's going to be like, well, where did you get that information from? You understand? Because these people, when they buy stuff, they don't check it. They just check to see if it's working. They're not going to do an entire Google search on the P390. You understand? They don't care about that stuff. But I know it's not the only Bluetooth speaker in the world. What I'm saying is, I bought it at a bargain price and it was brand new. And when I checked on Amazon how much this actually costs, it's like $32, $28. It varies in price. It varies because it depends whether or not it's got extra features on it. You understand? So if it's just a Bluetooth speaker on its own, it's about $28 without the power bank. And with the power bank, it's about $32. And I was like, wow. I couldn't believe my eyes. I got this thing for like $8 with a power bank. So this dude actually gave me a huge discount, So imagine $32 minus $8 that I paid for. It's about how much? Oh my god, this dude's trying to get me. Whoa, boom. I think I got him. Did I? I don't know. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. I like the cars in this game. Those things are exploding. Oh, wow. Did I get him? Oh, my God. Jump out the car. Run. Oh, my God. Listen, so what I'm trying to say is, sometimes when you go into these stores and you see these arrogant managers and they don't know what they're selling, you don't have to tell them, You don't have to tell them anything. There's so many times I've entered shops where the manager thinks he is above it all. He knows everything. I once went into a store, right? And well, it was an old gaming laptop basically. The manager was selling this laptop. He said it was a basic laptop. I looked at it and I actually told him, I said, you know what? It's not a basic laptop. And he asked me like, how did I know? I said, look, I play games. And I told him, I said, this thing has it. I think it was a GT at those days. Back in the day, like a GTX 1050 before the RTX had actually come out. Before these newer laptops, the RTXs had come out. The 1050s back then were quite expensive, and this dude was actually selling the laptop for like $100. And I was like, I told him, I said, this got a GTX 1050. Okay, fine. It was 2 gigs of VRAM. It's not the most powerful version of it because you can get 4 gigs of VRAM. But this only had 2 gigs on it because I checked it on Display Manager. And the thing is, it wasn't showing it on the actual, they usually put stickers. So the sticker of it wasn't there. I think that's why they thought it was just a basic laptop. Ah, damn. So I think that's why he didn't check into it. But as soon as I noticed it, I told him, I said, listen, this thing has a GTX 1050 in it. And he's like, so he just said to me, so what? And I told him, I said, oh, check this out. I didn't even look at the guy. I just scoped him out. Look, he took half of my life. But I still killed him. And he's with this crappy sword. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Their swords. So listen, this dude, damn. So this guy did not realize that the GTX 1050, and this is way back when, this is like 4 years ago, 6 years ago, when these laptops were still good. I'm talking about before the 1650s were out. The GTX, the 1060s were still the talk of the town. The GTX, I think the GTX, the GTX 1080s were still good, but not sought after, if you understand what I mean. They're not sought after as much. I think that could have been the beginning of the era for the RTX 2060s. So I wouldn't say like it was way back when. I mean, this is not an entirely brand new laptop, but what I'm saying is that it's the dude didn't know what he was selling. So I told him, I said, it's got GTX 1050 in it. It's got 2 gigs of VRAM. And he said, so what? I said, it's a gaming laptop. And his eyes changed, his eyes changed. And you know what he said to me? He said, oh, give me a second. He went in the back thing, whatever they call the back thing, where they keep all the stuff in there. And then he talked to one of the computer guys and told him, say, listen, this thing is a gaming laptop. It's got this is the guy came out. I think he's a bit of a computer tech dude. Didn't look like much, but he looked at it, went into Display Manager, and he confirmed it and said, yeah, it is a gaming laptop. And back in the day, RTX 2060s were quite expensive. So obviously people were still buying these kind of laptops. And the guy, you know what he said to me? He just said, thank you. And I said, yeah, you're welcome. And he, you're so happy. Because from $100, that laptop went up to about $500. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I buy it? Because I know the GTX 1050s are not that good. And I think at the time when the GTX 1050 were there was the GTX 1050 Ti's, which were considered better because they have the 4 gigs of VRAM. And the 1060 was actually the better one because it had the 6 gigs of VRAM. And the RTX 2060s were just 6 gigs of VRAM. So before the RTX 4050 came out, which actually I think that has the 6 gigs of VRAM, and now the RTX 4070s and 4060s all have the 8 gigs of VRAM, right? So I'm talking about the 4060 has 8 gigs. The 4070 also has 8 gig. And from what other people have said, they actually considered the 4060 to be better than the 4070. In terms of performance, they do consider the RTX 4060 to be better in terms of performance. And I'm just saying, I don't have a 4060 or a 4070 laptop, so I just watch a lot of YouTube, and the people on YouTube were like, no, the 4060 is better than the 4070 because of the power limits as well. So I think something to do with power, and then something to do with the kind of voltage you can get on a laptop. And I mean, on the graphics card itself, the 4060s laptops usually were using more power, but obviously people were considering buying the 4070 more. And if you go to the PC World website, you'll actually notice that a lot of the time the 4060s do cost more, a little bit more than the 4070s. So the 4070 laptops on PC World would go from, it depends with the make, the brand name as well, if it's an MSI or if it's some big name, but if just the basic ones, they do range from anything from, I think, okay, let me start with the 4050s. The 4050s do range from about 700 to 800. That's dollars. $700, $800 for the 4050 with 6 gigs of VRAM. The 4060s do range from anything from about 1,000. You understand? 1,000 is where they start from. $1,000, $1,000 for a 4060. A 4070 could be found for about $900, but you're not gonna get a 4060 for less than 1,000. So that's got to say a lot, because the people on YouTube were talking about this. They say the 4060 is better than the 4070 because the laptops actually utilize more power. So a lot of these people were noticing that, like, oh, you get the 4060, and the laptop itself would be using the correct wattage for the GPU. So naturally, that GPU would outperform the 4070 that you buy that uses less power. You understand? So I noticed, and the 4060s and 4070s actually use the same VRAM, which is 8 gigs of VRAM. You understand? So getting a 4060, getting a 4070 in this day and time is like the same thing. They both use the 8 gigs, but a lot of people on YouTube were saying the 4060 outperforms the 4070. But it also depends. You have to remember, it depends on the CPU that the laptop's using. So this is all dependent on the actual processor and the model of the laptop. So if it's normally an MSI laptops are not cheap. Those are going to cost you well above $1,000. You might even get a 4070 costing $1,600, $1,700. And you would get a 4060 with maybe an i7. If it's got an i9 in it, it's definitely going to go, well, it won't go to $2,000, but it's going to be above $1,000. And I noticed the 4080s are going for about $2,000, $2,000. And I was like, no, I would never buy a laptop for $2,000. No matter, I mean, I'm just saying, who's really buying these laptops these days? No one's buying laptops. I mean, are you honestly gonna spend $2,000 on a laptop? And if you've been to the Facebook market, you will notice a lot of these people selling the laptops there. And I'm like, and I contact them and I'm like, hey, this is a brand new laptop. Why are you selling me for $1,000? And he's like, oh, I've upgraded to a PC. I don't need this anymore. And I'm thinking, no, he's lying. The basic fact of it is, when they buy these laptops, they think they're going to sell them at a profit. No, they honestly do. They think they're going to sell them at a profit. He's going to sell this to some dude who probably wants a RTX 4080 for, I mean, I don't know how much they want him to get, but I'm just saying, I have that feeling that a lot of these people don't think about these things. You understand? They don't think about it. They just like, oh, I'm going to get this, and then someone's going to buy it from me for a profit. But they forget, they're forgetting that these days you could actually go and get yourself a Steam Deck. I know the Steam Deck cannot compete with the 4080, but come on, who's going to give you $2,000 for a laptop these days? Nobody. With how people are failing to pay the rents, people have to pay the rent. I mean, who in their right mind in this modern day is gonna pay you $2,000 for a laptop? Nobody, no one, unless they're rich. I mean, even rich people are not gonna give you $2,000. I'm just saying, who in this? I got so many of these things. I'm just gonna throw them away. What I'm saying is, I'm hoping that secretly I'm actually hitting someone. But what I'm saying is, who's gonna give you $2,000 for a laptop in this age that we're in, where food is expensive, rent is expensive, who's doing that stuff. I don't see anyone doing that stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. What? I actually got him. Wow, nice one. I'm just saying, listen, who in this modern day in age is gonna give you 2 grand for a laptop? You can't eat a laptop. You can't cook with a laptop. You know? At night you need to go and sleep somewhere. You can't sleep on a laptop, it's not a bed. What I'm saying is I don't see these people in this modern day and age wasting that kind of money. You know? Unless you're some weirdo. I mean, if you're some dude that just plays games the whole day, you got nothing else to do, and gaming is your life, then yeah, okay, fine. You're that kind of character, then you might as well just buy yourself a laptop. But I don't know, man. I'm just saying, ever since Steam Deck showed up, I don't think people are buying laptops anymore. I mean, who's wasting that kind of money? Wait, let's see the scope. Oh, it's a basic scope. I thought it had that infrared thingy on it. Right. So what I'm saying is, in this modern day and age, nobody is buying laptops, especially for 2 grand. I considered buying the 4050 RTX at some point, only because I thought if I got that, then I would be in the market definitely to buy. I'm thinking about getting this thing. All right, you know what? I think I've got this gun already. Yeah, I've got it already. Right, I'm gonna keep the scope. I was thinking of getting rid of the scope. Right, let me. Can I lend? Yeah, good. So what I'm saying is, listen. If rent is due, what would you rather buy? A Steam Deck for $350, or $400 or whatever, or a laptop for 2 grand, $2,000, and you know your rent's due. What are these people doing? You know, these. Look at them. Why do that? And it's someone from my team, and what is the entire point of doing rubbish like that? No, you see, where I was gonna be able to scope someone, and what does the dude do? I've got his sword. I think I would just do this for fun. And I'm like, come on, man. If you want to do your sword nonsense, find the enemy and hit them. You know what I mean? Dumb shit. I don't know. I don't want to say bad things on my channel, but I'm just saying it irritates me when you get stupid people doing stuff like that. You know, stupid idiots. You're supposed to be fighting the enemy, and what is he doing? I'll just, I'm bored. I know I've got a sword. I know what I'll do. I'll just hit you with the sword because I'm bored. Acting like a 1-year-old when this guy's probably about in his 50s. Probably a 50-year-old who's doing this nonsense. You know? Why not get a sniper weapon and contribute to the team? Let's play this game. Let's win this game. No. You want to act like a banana and do dumb shit. This stupid stuff. No, it's dumb, man. Listen. Where did these people go to? Oh my god, this scope is quite slow. Wait. I'm wondering if I can just see them with my eyes and then scope down on them. You see, those two guys are there. They're playing around on this thing. Damn. Did I get him? I think I did. Wait. Oh no. It's coming down here. Oh my god. That's like, where's this person going? Right. So what I'm saying is, my basic thought, my frame of thought here is, nobody's buying a laptop for $2,000. And people that do that will suffer the consequences, because at the end of the day, they still need to buy food. They still need to pay their rent. And these are the kind of people that you will find you will find them on Facebook Markets trying to sell their laptops with no one who wants to buy it. Who's gonna buy a laptop right now for 2 grand? No, I'm being deadly serious. People are failing to pay their mortgages, and there you are wanting to buy a laptop for 2 grand because you want to be in the in team. I just think it's a bit dumb. Oh my god. Imagine buying a laptop for $2,000. Just imagine buying a laptop for 2 grand. You got no food in your house. You've got no clothes, you got no food, nothing. You haven't paid your mortgage, but it seems like a brilliant idea at the time to to do stuff like that. These people, man. Hey, listen, if you got the money and you like laptops, like gaming laptops, I didn't say you shouldn't buy it. I'm just saying who's actually doing that these days? Nobody. People are struggling to do things, you know. This person had. See, someone got him in the end. These sword diving people. Oh my God, what's they doing? Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So what I'm saying is, God. Oh, this person's back. Look at them. Look at them. I still got him. I still got him. I still got that dude. You know, with his Lulu sword, I still got him. Oh my God, these people, man. Where do these idiots come from? I've got a sword. I'm going to play with the sword. Look at me with my sword. I'm like, what? What is your sword? Seriously, what are you going to do with the sword? And you're still gunning them down. Look at that. Oh my God, let me grab this thing. Ooh, nice. Right, you know what? I'm not actually using the sniper for anything. No, it's just a waste. It's not doing anything, so... I mean, I would have preferred the infrared one. You know, the other one. It's got infrared, but this got no infrared on it. Someone's coming up here. Me. Yeah, someone is coming in this direction. I can't even tell. I'm hearing too many sword sounds, you know? Vroom, 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 you know? Like, why do they bring these nasty things in the game? Right, so basically all I'm saying is, if you are having the money and you want to buy a laptop, gaming laptop, 2 grand, no problem. My entire point was, I noticed this guy on Facebook. So I offered him a price for his laptop. He's got a RTX, I think it's oh, look at that. My God, I think that person must have gone somewhere. When they come back, they're like, no. So what I'm saying is, I offered the guy, he was selling his laptop for like 2 grand. I just wanted to do a test, you know, because he said he just wanted to get rid of it. So I thought, well, if he just wants to get rid of it, then he's going to sell it for at least a bargain price, right? So let me try and bargain with him and see what price I could buy it at. So he's got a RTX, I think it's a 3080. It wasn't a 4080, but it's a 3080. And that one has 16 gigs of VRAM on it. You understand? So it's not the RTX 4080. I think those only go up to 12 gigs of VRAM, and the RTX 3080 actually goes up to about 16 gigs of VRAM. I don't know why the difference in RAM, but I know that they're different. So basically, check this out. I actually got that person without even seeing where they were at. So this grass is actually nice. It hides you. The person couldn't see who was shooting them. So obviously I got them. Wait, what's the blue thing? Did I get it? Oh my God, there's a bit of lag in this game. I'm just noticing lag, like there must be a lot of people or something. Oh, you know what? Can I get that thing? Ah, damn, it's too late. Look. Look at him. He's prawned. I would never have seen him. Listen, what I'm saying is I offered the guy about $1,000, $1,000, half the asking price. And I told him, and the reason why I gave him, I said, listen, the RTX 4080s are out. Those do cost 2 grand. And I said to him, it looks like you just want to upgrade your laptop, because if you were trying to get rid of your laptop, then basically you would sell it at a slightly lower price. So he said to me, $1,000 is too low, and I said, okay, fine. So what can we do? Can I then give you So I was trying to battle with him. You understand? You know what? I This game is lagging. Let me just throw these things down. So I said to him, I said, okay, fine. What's your range? What's amount are you looking at then? You know, and he's like, he still wants like 1.8 for his laptop. I'm like 1.8, and I'm thinking, I'm saying to him, okay, 1,800. I said to him, if I just kept my grant, for example, if I kept my grant and I added another 800 pound, $800 to that grant that I've already got, and I'm pretty sure I kept looking on YouTube. I'd probably, because I said this to him, I'll probably get someone selling, a laptop like yours, but in like a RTX, maybe a RTX 4060, or actually, what I said to him, no, I have to remember what I said to him. I said to him, if I went to PC World, basically, I said to him, I think that's the second thing I had said to him about Facebook Market, because I was trying to battle with him. I was trying to make him see sense that his 2 grand is a crazy price. You can get a RTX 4080, a brand new laptop with a warranty, brand new from the store for 2 grand. So I was trying to make him see sense. But these people, when they've got these older laptops, they think they can just upgrade. And I was like, you're trying to upgrade to the next laptop. I know a grand was a cheeky asking price. I understand that. But I was trying to reason with him. I was trying to see where his mind was at. And that's when I could see that, no, this guy, clearly he's not into wanting to sell his laptop. He just wanted an upgrade.